100 years of bacon, beans, and burgers. Red Arrow celebrates a century. The Manchester Historic Association will present the diner with the Century Club Award next month. If you want to meet the regulars at the Red Arrow Diner, you need to show up at 6 a.m. That's when the early morning crowd shuffles in. If you arrive early, you're less likely to be rattled by the brass bell that announces first-timers to the Manchester landmark. At mid-morning Thursday, waitress Katie Hayden rang the bell twice within a half hour. Newbies in the house. The Lowell Street Restaurant, founded in 1922 by David LaMontagne, has a compact L-shaped dining room with enough space for 5 booths and 16 bar stools. It's the kind of place where your coffee cup won't stay empty for long, where the server calls everyone baby and honey, and where you have to walk through the kitchen to get to the bathroom. Follow the giant arrows on the ceiling. Don't go left. While the 24-hour diner has burgers and sandwiches on the menu, it's best known as a breakfast hunt. New England staple like baked beans and pork pie are served up with eggs, bacon, and toast. Hayden joined Red Arrow 10 years ago at the company's former location in Milford. She helped open the diner's sister restaurant in Concord, Londonderry, and Nashua. Also working the room Thursday morning was Ellen Ryan, a 16-year veteran, all at the Manchester flagship. The walls of the diner are covered with framed photos of those people: Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Rudy Giuliani, John Sununu, and Hillary Clinton, Kevin Costner, Sarah Silverman, Adam Sandler, and Guy Fieri. Sandler, who grew up in Manchester, had a replica of the Red Arrow built in Marblehead, Mass., where he filmed Grown Ups 2 in 2012. Fieri featured the diner in an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives in 2007. On the wall at the back of the diner, a black and white photo shows former owner behind the counter and a young girl seated at one of the bar stools. Craig Whitehead was visiting from New Jersey to work at the medical detail at Friday's Nitro Circus dirt bike event at Delta Dental Stadium. He hadn't been to the Red Arrow Diner in 10 years, but always shows up when he's in town. Red Arrow is the place to get breakfast, he said. Burgers for breakfast? Red Arrow owner Carol Lawrence has a confession. I own a diner, and I don't like breakfast, Lawrence said during an interview at the company's corporate office on Elm Street. Lawrence usually starts her day with a protein shake, If she visits the Red Arrow, she's ordering Kelm's Smash Burger, a fresh hand-formed patty split into two and topped with caramelized onions and American cheese. That's what I would eat for breakfast, she said. Lawrence was joined last week during an interview about the company's history by co-owners George Lawrence, her father, who came out of retirement several years ago to help her run the company, and Amanda Wiebe, who started at the Red Arrow 13 years ago as a part-time receptionist. Lawrence's sister and brother-in-law operate Belmont Hall, a third-generation family business where Carol Lawrence got her start at the age 10, peeling potatoes with her brother on Sundays. Carol Lawrence became the fifth owner of the Red Arrow in 1987. Her father, who was operating Belmont Hall at the time, offered mentorship and financing. I'm 23 years old. I didn't even know what the Red Arrow was, he said. Do you want to run it? He chatted with my dad, and the three of us together, their money, not my money, bought the restaurant. George Lawrence was reluctant to buy the diner back then, but these days he spends more time overseeing the 4 Red Arrow restaurants than his daughter, who also owns a swing and quilting store in Salem. Over the years, Carol Lawrence has enjoyed marketing part of the business the most. She created a weekly contest for kids to color one of the diner doodle sheets of cartoon mascots Mo and Diane, which are then posted on the wall. Also a tradition at the other locations. The company began opening in 2008. The morning the Red Arrow entered the new policy, picketers protested outside the diner. They were wasting their time. The company's biggest challenge in 2022 is finding employees. Because of a staffing shortage, the Lowell Street Diner is only Red Arrow location open 24 hours. But they've made progress only to experience more setbacks. 100 years. The pandemic promoted the company to try delivery, which didn't work out well, and online ordering, which continues to be a bright spot. They have also become more efficient by preparing baked goods in Londonderry and menu items like soups, chowders, and chicken salad in Nashua. A commissionary van leaves Londonderry with desserts and picks up prepared foods in Nashua along the way. The company also faces supply chain issues. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. The higher food prices, the company's vendor price for chicken tenders has quadrupled since the pandemic, hitting $5.50 a pound. While George Lawrence is a bit weary about the restaurant's post-pandemic future, His daughter and Winby are confident the Red Arrow will preserve. Celebrating a century. The Manchester Historic Association is presenting the Red Arrow Diner with the Century Club Award at the 30th Annual Historic Provision Awards on September 8th at Manchester Community College. On October 15th, the Red Arrow will host a celebration from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Manchester Flagship Diner on Mole Street. Food will be available for $5 a plate, with proceeds going to the Red Arrow's Downtown Neighbor Waypoint, a nonprofit that provides family services. The company plans to close all its locations during the hours of the created event so that employees can attend. The Red Arrow has invited the original owners, the Lamontagne family. They're also hoping they can convince Adam Sandler to stop by. That last one's a long shot, but there's a good chance you might meet some of the regulars without having to get up at 6 a.m. And that does it for this news report right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching this news report. I'm Riley King, reporting for the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.